Look up from your telescope, take me on this journey home. I don't wanna wait no more.
Okay, y'all have been asking and asking and asking for me to do this video, so here it is. But just a note, I waited because while we talk in depth about the show, our theories and predictions, I never want to spoil the experience in the name of posting a spoiler first. So don't expect me to do an episode 15 synopsis breakdown if that leaks tomorrow, when we only on episode 6. I'm just not built like that, and I want us to truly be able to enjoy the show and not get too carried away knowing how it will all end now. Alright, let's talk episode 7. The episode 7 synopsis that a subby found on Instagram reads: with Coop performing in Las Vegas, Spencer and some of the gang take a road trip to see her and Layla on tour. Layla is nervous to see Spencer and admit how she's feeling towards him, and surprisingly, Spencer also gets a little clarity on his feelings. Olivia surprises the group last minute, but she notices Jordan and Simone are acting suspicious, so she enlists Spencer's help to see what they are up to. Meanwhile, with the urging of Coop, Patience tries to stand up for herself, but JP has other plans, leaving Patience stunned when she discovers the reason why. It is also said that Billy, Asher, Laura, and Grace will all appear in this episode as well. Now, y'all, I'm not sure how authentic this synopsis is, as the person who posted it on Instagram pulled it from an All American TV Reddit page. I think it looks and sounds authentic, so I decided to cover it, but I just wanted to give you guys that disclaimer. Now, let's unpack this, shall we? I think the fact that we get a flashback episode as the episode to follow the cabin when all the secrets are revealed and all hell breaks loose is absolutely great. We will go from seeing everything unravel, everything come out, and then follow it up with the actions that built all of those secrets. I'm so excited. In addition to seeing the moments where the secrets are created, we're also going to get to see Coop's performance as well as Layla doing what she does on their tour stop in Vegas. And I think that that's going to be a nice switch up that I'm very excited to see to make the episode be a little bit more action packed. We going behind the scenes of Coop's amazing concert, y'all, and I'm excited. Now, reading the synopsis, I think that the scene that we saw in the Keep Winning trailer, when Olivia walks in with the coffee and Spencer's cleaning up, it looks like it was a wild party at some weird house, but I think that that was actually in a Las Vegas suite, and that could have been the after party celebration for Coop's performance. That might have also been when Olivia and Spencer actually met up in Vegas. In the Keep Winning trailer, we also see Olivia walk up some stairs, which could have been a lead up to her maybe following Spencer, because I still believe 99%, y'all, like I believe that that's Spencer and Olivia's bodies in that montage we saw. The confusing part about all of this, though, is that with the therapist, Spencer seems like he really doesn't comprehend when the therapist tells him that he clearly is in love with Olivia. I thought that that scene with the bodies might have been a result of them expressing themselves, either Olivia or Spencer confessing how they felt for each other. But when you think about the therapist scene and Spencer not being able to come to grips with the fact that he's in love with Olivia, then we know that he has yet to admit how he feels about Olivia. I don't know if Olivia has admitted to him just how she feels, and a lot has been left unsaid. And this makes me wonder, how would they even end up in this scene if nobody has said anything? But I do believe that that is their bodies. The synopsis confirms that Spencer does see Olivia in Vegas, because in the synopsis it says that Olivia surprises the group last minute but notices that Jordan and Simone are acting suspicious, so she enlisted the help of Spencer. So we know that these two see each other in Vegas. We also know that Olivia didn't see anyone else aside from Jordan, Spencer, and Simone, because she talks to Layla about not coming to Vegas because of her sobriety sister needing help, so Layla never saw her in Vegas, and that's one of the secrets that has been hovering over this group since summer ended. Now I want to definitely bring up the point that I think that Simone and Jordan eloped in Vegas. If you have not watched the video yet, I made an entire video about did Simone and Jordan elope. I really do feel like they eloped, and this synopsis just adds fuel to the fire for me. Olivia notices that Simone and Jordan are acting suspicious and enlists the help of Spencer. When we see Spencer and Olivia in Vegas in the Keep Winning trailer, we see them as Olivia holding a white bouquet of flowers, looking all cute, a little fancy, and Spencer looks all nice and put together, nice and clean shaven. That looks a lot like her being a bridesmaid and him being a groomsman. So I don't know what this synopsis means when it says that she enlists Spencer's help, because if she wanted help from Spencer, I don't know how it wound up being them as witnesses. They look like they are basically witnesses in a wedding. I dive really deep inside that theory in my Keep Winning trailer breakdown, so you can also watch that video. I'm going to link it in the cards above and the description box down below, so you can check it out after you finish watching this video. I do want to say that going into episodes 6, 7, and 8, y'all are going to need to get caught up. So make sure, if you haven't already, you watch all of the videos in my playlist. I have an All About All American playlist, and we post videos every single day breaking down everything that we need to know, talking about different characters, plot points, series, updates, theories on things, and answering your questions. So make sure that you have all the information that you could possibly need going into these episodes so that you're ready to catch all of the Easter eggs. Our next 4 or 5 episodes, y'all, are going to be jam-packed nonstop, and they're going to change the trajectory of this series, and I really do anticipate that with all of the information that we're getting. So make sure that you're ready to go and you're caught up. Okay, so that brings me back to the 2 bodies in the montage from the Keep Winning trailer. I still, again, believe that it's Olivia and Spencer, and now that we've discussed potentially if Jordan and Simone eloping, that could have been the thing that sparked them into that intimate setting. They could have gotten caught up in the moment after Jordan and Simone's wedding with all of the love in the air and their already deep connection, because Spencer and Olivia have an absolutely magnetic, amazing connection with one another, and got extra close and did so without even speaking. Like, a lot of the times Spencer and Olivia communicate without ever opening their mouths. Like, they communicate a lot in how they look at each other. Now, the part of the trailer that says Layla is nervous to see Spencer and admit how she's feeling towards him, I think that that is just her making the statement of wanting to be back in a relationship with him. If you recall, in season 2, Spencer, after she got out of rehab, Spencer was not in a rush to make things official with them, even though Layla really wanted to pick up where they had left off and really go back again with their relationship. Spencer told her take all the time that she needed, that he was going to wait for her. And I think that what this synopsis is speaking to is that Layla wants to make it official and wants to be back in a relationship with Spencer, and she admits that to him in Vegas. And if not that she wants to be in a relationship with him, then she definitely reconfirms how much she loves him. And I definitely think that Layla and Spencer hooked up in Vegas. That is kind of mentioned or touched upon early in season 3. I believe it's episode 2, where Olivia actually comes to, or no, actually episode 1, because Layla is the one who clues Olivia in on the fact that her and Spencer kind of messed around in Vegas, which kind of annoys Olivia. So Spencer and Layla definitely hook up in Vegas, and it's probably after she voices her love of him and makes this confession of how she feels, and that's what that looks like. That's kind of no surprise to us, because we are currently seeing them together, and they really got back together very, very quickly. So we knew that basically that is what had to have happened in the background, and this just kind of confirms that. Now, I cannot finish this episode 7 synopsis breakdown without talking about the very end, the last line in the synopsis, where it says that meanwhile, with the urgence of Coop, Patience tries to stand up for herself, but JP has other plans, leaving Patience stunned when she discovers the reason why. This is one of the things that I've been hoping that we were going to get a chance to see, so I'm very excited that it's included in this episode. we really get to see a moment of Patience on tour, and I wanted to know the backstory already in reference to the reason why she had left the tour early. So we're going to actually get to see the moments that led up to Patience leaving the tour. So it looks like, by the way that the synopsis is written, as well as the information that we have received in the first 4 episodes, that Patience left the tour after the Vegas stop. So this is going to be the moment where Patience tries to stand up for herself. She confronts JP. He's giving the song away, and we learned that in the previous episodes of this season. So we're actually going to see this all play out, and then she's not going to be able to get her song back, so then she's going to make the choice to leave the tour. And as you know, we have seen that she signs an NDA and she doesn't really want to talk about it, or she can't really talk about it. So we're going to see all of that. We're also going to see the moments of like what Coop knows versus what Coop doesn't know, because Coop knows that Patience left the tour when we first start season 3, but she doesn't know why. And she knew that Patience was struggling, so she pushes Patience to go and speak up for herself with JP, but Patience never really explains all of what was going on. So we'll actually get to see how their relationship was working while they were on tour and where the breakdowns in communication came. Layla is pursuing signing Patience to her label and trying to get Patience out of her contract with JP Keating Music, and this is not going to be easy. Layla is helping Patience to sue them for her release, and that's going to be complicated and messy, so I'm definitely going to make a video on that in particular in the near future. But I'm really glad that we're going to get to see all of the beginnings of this happening versus us just hearing about it, because right now we really just heard what happened and we never really saw what happened. We're going to actually get a chance to see JP and Patience interact and get to see this cutthroat side to JP that Layla mentions in the most recent episodes. And I think that this is going to be very, very interesting to see, because up until now, we've only seen JP, the neglectful dad who was like overworking himself and dealing with his grief of his wife loss by, being away and working a lot. He did fool around a little bit with his other artists. Thank God he didn't bother Patience. Like, I was so concerned when Patience was holding a secret at the beginning of the season that he had bothered her or like was inappropriate with her. But we really only got to see JP as like a loving dad, really trying, making missteps in the beginning with Layla and leaving her alone to fall into a place of depression. But then once that came out, he really stood up for her. He really stood by her. He really tried to make different changes. So it's going to be interesting to see this episode, because we need a visual of him being something else if we're really going to buy into the fact that he's really this cutthroat business person that is now causing problems for Patience in her career. All right, y'all, that's my season 3 episode 7 synopsis breakdown. I hope you enjoyed the video, and now it's your turn. Tell me, what do you think is going to happen in episode 7 in the comment section down below? Are we going to get to see JP's side of this whole thing with Patience and her music? Do you think that we're going to get to see Jordan and Simone's wedding? Is that Olivia and Spencer's body in that montage? And do you think we're going to get to see that whole scene in this episode? Tell me all of that, your thoughts and theories and more in the comments. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, as I drop new All-American videos every single day, and our comment section is absolutely lit. My subbies are absolutely amazing, and we are building one of the best All-American fan tribes on the internet, and you don't want to miss out. After you hit subscribe, make sure that you hit that bell notification button so that you are notified every time I post a new upload. And we also have the All-American playlist that you can turn on the bell notifications for as well, so that you get all of the All-American specific notifications. You're not ready to go yet, so like this video and then watch my episode 6 preview here and catch up on all of our All-American videos on our playlist. I'm your host, Erica Vane, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next All-American Amazing video. Bye!